I wanted to take a moment and give you my prediction for the NBA Finals this week for the year 2009. Every year I try to make a prediction, and to tell you the truth, most years I am incorrect. So here is my prediction for this year. Of course, you know the Orlando Magic and the Los Angeles Lakers are going to begin the NBA Finals on Thursday. And my prediction is that the Los Angeles Lakers will win the series and they will win the NBA championship, although I am rooting for the Orlando Magic. So go make sense out of that. I want to see the Magic beat the Lakers because I'm a Spurs fan and I don't root for the Lakers. So if you're a Lakers fan, and I know some of you are because you write to me all the time, I'm sorry about that. That's just the way I feel about things. I think Kobe and Derek and Pau Gasol are just way too strong for the Magic right now. But anyway, having said that, I want to talk to you about lessons that I get each year from watching the NBA playoffs. And one of the biggest lessons that I observe is what I call swagger. Boy, these guys, they walk like they've got it going on. And you notice when they're playing, and they're playing well, their body language just reflects their confidence and reflects how much they're feeling it, if you will. And we call that swagger. Conversely, when things aren't going their way, when shots aren't falling, when the other team may be taking advantage of the situation, then their body language reflects that. Their swagger kind of falls off, and they don't have that same demeanor that they had when they were really on fire and moving well through the game. And swagger is an important component of all of our lives. We all have swagger at times, and at other times we need to have swagger. What is swagger? Well, it's that movement, that physiology, that body language, that demeanor that reflects confidence. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure that you can think of a moment, many moments in your life where you stood proud, you stood tall, you had ultimate confidence, ultimate certainty in what you were doing, and the results of whatever it was that you were doing at the time, they turned out good. They turned out much, much better than they would have if you would have gone in with a less than optimal demeanor or swagger. So what's the point here? The point here is that if we're going to sell something, if we're going to have a mindset of prosperity, if we're going to influence anyone in our marketplace, you know, if we're going to rear our children, or if we're going to have quality conversation or communication with our spouse or our significant other or our friends, any transaction or any interaction that we have, either or, we got to have that swagger. We got to have that confidence, that demeanor of confidence and certainty. And how do you get that? Well, first of all, it begins up between your ears, and the most precious piece of real estate on the planet, that 6 inches of space between your ears, that gray matter up there we known as the brain. And so we have to have thoughts of confidence. We have to have thoughts of success. We have to eliminate thoughts that are less than optimal for our situation. So we have to have the mentality or the thinking that things are going to work out. Now, what's interesting is that once we have the thinking, then all of a sudden our body, our demeanor, our personality, our persona, our charisma reflects our mentality. Hence, we call that swagger. Now, here's what else is interesting. We can flip it around. Perhaps you're in a kind of a mindset sometimes where maybe you've got a little bit of self-doubt going on, or you're unsure or uncertain of a situation. You don't have all your facts in a row, or maybe you've had a situation in the past that is similar to something you may be facing in the present, and that was not too successful. So the mindset creeps in that, well, maybe this is not going to work out too well either. So it starts with the mindset. But what's interesting is we can change the mindset by changing our physiology. Just play the game with me for a second here. If you slump your shoulders over and kind of bow your head and drop your eyes and maybe, you know, crunch your forehead a little bit, that puts you in a different frame of mind, doesn't it? Conversely, if you sit up straight, if you throw the shoulders back, and if you move just a little bit more freely, and you put a little smile on your face, it sends signals to the brain that says, hey, you know what? Things are okay. Don't really know why they're okay, but they are okay. So the two work in harmony with each other. So sometimes our mindset may not be in the place where we need it to be, so we can immediately change our body language, our demeanor, our physiology, and it'll talk to our brain, and our brain will respond. The other way works as well. Sometimes we may not be feeling all that great for whatever reason. Maybe you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but then the mind says, hey, you know what? Today's a great day. I've got great opportunities. I'm going to make things happen. I see nothing but positive things going on today. And all of a sudden the body follows. The body responds. So the two work in harmony with each other. It's called the mind-body connection, and that's what we see in the NBA. Just kind of notice over the next couple of weeks as you, if you follow the playoffs, watch what we're talking about. The game will go up and down, up and down. There'll be peaks and valleys, and the players themselves, they will experience peaks and valleys as well in their mentality and in their swagger. Swagger, SWAGGER. That is what it is all about in the NBA, and I believe in life. In life, that's what it's about as well. When we carry ourselves with that confidence and we have the mentality that supports it, vice versa, when we have that confident mentality because we have that kind of language inside, we talk to ourselves that way, we see everything that's optimistic about a situation. If any problems arise, there actually aren't problems, they're challenges. It gives us an opportunity that creates a really nice swagger in our body. And by the way, have you observed that people with that outgoing demeanor, that swagger, that pleasant demeanor, that air of confidence, that they're just a little bit more easy to be around? And it's a fact of life. So work on the swagger and have a great week.